What level of school are you in?
We are in high school.
What level of school are you in?
These are the different levels of school. Elementary school, elementary school. Middle school, middle school. Or junior high school, junior high school. High school, high school. The students at an elementary school are in kindergarten through 5th grade. Kindergarten through 5th grade. They are 5 to 11 years old. 5 to 11 years old. The students at a middle school are in 6th through 8th grade. 6th through 8th grade. They are 11 to 14 years old. 11 to 14 years old. The students at a high school are in 9th through 12th grade. 9th through 12th grade. They are 14 to 18 years old. 14 to 18 years old.
In high school, the grades have names.
A 9th grader is a freshman. Freshman.
A 10th grader is a sophomore. Sophomore. And an 11th grader is a junior. Junior.
A 12th grader is a senior. Senior.
What happens at the end of 8th and 12th grade?
The students graduate at the end of 8th grade and senior year.
Have you ever seen a graduation ceremony?
No.
Look at this. What is graduation?
It means that you have finished all of your classes.
It means you are ready to go to a higher level of school.
Do all seniors graduate?
No, we have to pass all of our classes.
The school gives us a list of all the classes we have to take.
We have to do well in our classes or take them again.
How do you know if you've done well?
We get a grade for each class.
Okay, students get a grade for each class. An A is excellent, a B is good, a C is okay, a D is bad, and an F is terrible. You get 4 points for an A, 3 points for a B, 2 points for a C, and 1 point for a D. You must get A's, B's, or C's in your classes to pass. If you get an F in a class, you have to take it again.
I have A's and B's in all of my classes, except one.
Which class is it?
I have a C in my language arts class.
I have an A in PE.
Isabel, do you have an F in any class?
No, but I have a D in science class.
Language arts is hard for Teresa, and science is difficult for Isabel. Sam, what class is difficult for you?
I think social studies class is difficult.
Teresa, what classes are easy for you?
I think my math class is very easy. We're studying topics that I've already learned.
You and your dad need to talk with the school counselor. She can help you get into the right classes.
Okay,
PE class is easy for me.
I think this class is easy.
It's easy because Mr. Tandy and Mrs. Martinez are great teachers.
Thank you, Teresa. This class is called ELD. ELD stands for English Language Development. It's a special class for students who are learning to speak English.
My cousin takes an English class in Florida. His class is called ESOL.
ESOL stands for English for Speakers of Other Languages.
My dad is going to take English classes. His classes are called ESL.
ESL stands for English as a Second Language. It's the same class, but it has a different name in different places. Most places call it ESL.
I like this class because it helps me with my other classes.
Do you like school?
I like school, but it's very hard for me.
I like school because I'm learning English.
I like school because there is a lot to learn.
Why are you in school? School is very important. Have you thought about what you will do after you graduate?
I want to go to college.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
What is college?
College. College. College is school for students after high school. There are many things you can do after high school. You can go to a university, a junior college, adult education classes, or get a job.
If I get a job, I can earn money.
That's true. The more time you spend in school, the more money you will earn.
Why can you earn more money by going to school?
You will earn more money because you can get a better job after college. Do you want to go to college?
Mr. Tandy, is there a way for me to get help in my language arts class?
Yes, there are tutors in the library after school. Tutors help students with their homework.
Are there other things to do after school?
Yes, there are many things to do after school. Look at this. Basketball, basketball, baseball, baseball, football, football, soccer, soccer, those are sports. Sports. Have any of you ever played sports?
I'm on the track team.
I've played basketball and soccer.
I've played basketball.
I like to watch basketball, but I don't like to play it.
I like to play soccer, but I don't like to watch it. What sports have you played?
Sports is something you can do after school. You can also be part of a club.
What is a club?
A club is a group of people who get together to do something. Look. Chess, chess. You can be in the chess club, dance club, Spanish club, cooking club, etc. Etc. means there are many more. It goes on and on.
What else can we do after school?
Well, I told you about the government of the country and the city, right?
Yeah?
There is also a government of the school. It's called Student Council. Student Council.
Are they the student leaders?
Exactly. So, these are all ways that you can get involved in school. You should participate in something.
I like being on the track team because I meet new friends. I also get to practice my English with them.
Practicing with English speakers is very important. It helps you to speak better English. All right, I'll see you later. Teresa, come here, please. Make sure you go to see the counselor with your dad.
We will. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Welcome. Please sit down. My name is Ms. Yamamoto.
Hi, I'm Daniel Lopez.
What can I help you with today?
We want to talk about Teresa's classes.
I want to go to college.
Okay, let's look at your schedule. Schedule of classes. ELD, PE, sheltered math, sheltered social studies, sheltered science, sheltered language arts. Sheltered classes are special classes for students still learning to speak English.
What do you mean by special classes?
Most students are in mainstream classes. They're in mainstream classes if they completely understand English and can learn well. For students who need more help, there are special classes.
I don't think Teresa needs special classes.
How long have you been here, Teresa?
I've been here for a little less than a year.
That's true, but she was studying English in Colombia.
You speak English very well.
Thanks.
Can you read and write English as well as you speak it?
No, I have a hard time reading and writing in English.
Are there any classes that are hard for you?
Does hard mean difficult?
Exactly. Hard means difficult.
My language arts class is pretty hard.
Are there any classes that are simple for you?
Does simple mean easy?
Yes. Simple means easy.
My math class is very simple.
They're studying things that she has already learned.
Teresa still needs help with her English. The special classes teach her in a way that she can understand.
Can she have some special classes and some mainstream classes?
Absolutely. You are her father. You have a right to put her in mainstream classes if you want.
I have a right to decide?
Yes, but think about it first. We want Teresa to be in mainstream classes when she's ready. If we put her in them now, it will be very difficult for her.
That's true.
I don't want that.
There is an English test that you will take before next year.
If I do well on that, then can I be in the mainstream classes?
That's right.
Okay. For now, I only want to change one class.
Let's change my math class.
Is that what you want, Mr. Lopez?
Yes, that's what we want.
Okay, I'll change your math class.
All right.
I want you to go to the library after school. The tutors there will help you with language arts.
Are you the only person I can talk to about Teresa?
No. Many people work in this office. Look at this.
I am a principal. Principal.
I'm an assistant principal. Assistant principal. Or vice principal. Vice principal.
This is a secretary. Secretary.
The principal is in charge of the school. In charge.
Like I am in charge of Teresa.
And the president is in charge of the United States?
That's right. So, the principal is in charge of the school. The assistant principal is another leader of the school. She does the discipline.
What is discipline?
Well, there are a few rules here at school.
You can't be late to class.
Yes, that is a rule. Look.
Isabel, you are late.
What does late mean?
Mr. Tandy asked you to be here at 10:15. Now it's 10:20. You're arriving after 10:15. You're late. Don't come to class late. Come to class on time. After school, you are going to stay here for 20 minutes.
Do you remember that?
Yes, I remember. Isabel was late.
What rule did she break?
You have to be on time for class.
Exactly. When you break a rule, there is a punishment.
Mrs. Martinez punished Isabel.
Her punishment was to stay after school for 20 minutes. Have you ever been late for something? Did you get punished?
Staying after school is called detention. That is one punishment. If a student does something very bad, he or she gets suspended. Suspended. That means you stay home from school for a few days. That is discipline. The assistant principal is in charge of the discipline.
Oh, I understand now.
So, can I meet with her or the principal?
Absolutely. You call the secretary to make an appointment with the principal or assistant principal. You are Teresa's father. Parents have a right to be involved in their child's education. Anytime you want to talk with us, just make an appointment. You have to help Teresa in school.
I just have one more question.
What's that?
I want to take English classes. I still have a lot to learn.
Great. There are a few places where you can take English classes. You can go to a junior college, community college, or adult school.
What is an adult school?
An adult is any person 18 years or older. An adult school has free classes for any adult.
How can I become a student at an adult school?
It's pretty easy. Look. You are looking at an adult school.
How can I help you?
I want to take English classes.
Have you ever taken classes here?
No, I have not.
You need to enroll. Enroll.
What does that mean?
Enroll means to become a student at the school. You have to give us your name, address, and phone number. Please fill out this form. Okay. You need to take a placement test.
Is that hard?
No. A placement test tells us what level of English you have. Then we'll know what class you should take.
All right.
Do you understand?
Yes. The classes are free, right?
That's right.
We appreciate your help.
It's no problem.
Thanks, Ms. Yamamoto.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for coming, Mr. Lopez.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
You should try and talk with all of Teresa's teachers once per quarter. A quarter lasts about 10 weeks. There are 4 quarters per school year.
Okay, I will talk to them. I want to know all about Teresa's classes.
Great. You need to be involved in her life. Talking to her teachers is a great way to do that.
What can I do to help her?
Do you and Teresa speak English with each other?
No, we speak Spanish.
You have to practice English with her.
All right, I'll speak English with her at home. You must speak English at home sometimes. What else can I do?
Ask her about her classes every day. Look at her homework.
I'll do that.
Do you know the most important thing you can do for Teresa?
What is the most important thing?
Talk to her all the time. Ask her a lot of questions. And talk to her about everything.
Okay, Mr. Tandy. I will talk to her as much as I can.
Oh, there's one more thing that I think you should do.
What's that?
Go to one of the parent group meetings. There are many parent groups at school.
What does a parent group do?
They make decisions about the school. They decide how to spend some of the money.
What are the groups?
The PTA is the Parent Teacher Association. PTA meets the first Monday of every month at 7 o'clock in the library. The School Site Council meets the last Wednesday of every month at 4 o'clock in the office. The secretary can give you information on all of the parent groups. Just call the office.
Does the secretary speak Spanish?
Yes, there are people who speak Spanish, Vietnamese, and Russian. You have the right to a translator.
What is a translator?
A translator speaks English and your native language.
Okay. Well, thanks for helping me.
You are welcome.
Miss Yamamoto is going to come here soon to talk to you.
All right. She's cool.
Yeah, I like her.
What else do you like?
I like lots of things.
What sports do you like to play?
I like to play basketball, but I don't like baseball.
I like to run track and swim, but I don't like basketball.
I don't like sports, but I like to go shopping.
Mrs. Martinez, what do you like to do?
I like to spend time with my family. I also like to do gymnastics.
You can do gymnastics?
Of course I can. Look.
Wow, that's really cool.
Hello, Miss Yamamoto.
Hi, how's it going, class?
Good.
Okay. Welcome to our class.
Thanks, Sam. Do you remember Pierre?
Yeah, I remember Pierre. How is he?
Well, he's going to return to this class. I gave him an English test and he got a high score.
All right.
That's great.
Ms. Yamamoto, why are you in a wheelchair?
That's a good question. I'm in a wheelchair because I was in a car accident. 3 years ago, a drunk driver drove through a red light and hit my car.
Can you explain that to me?
When somebody drinks alcohol, they are drunk. It is against the law to drive when you're drunk.
So the person drove a car after drinking alcohol?
That's right.
The light was green for you?
Yes, the light was green for me. It was red for him, but he drove through the light.
And his car hit yours?
Yes.
What happened to the drunk man?
He was okay after the accident.
That's not fair. He broke the law and you got hurt.
You're right, Teresa. It wasn't fair. He did get punished, though.
He did?
Yes. He was arrested by the police for drunk driving. He's been in jail for 3 years.
Will he ever get out of jail?
Yes, he will get out of jail next year.
Are you mad at him?
No. I just hope he never drives drunk again. Please don't drink and drive.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
Thanks, Sam.
Will you ever walk again?
No, I'm paralyzed from the waist down.
What does paralyzed mean?
Paralyzed means I can't move that part of my body.
Are you sad, Ms. Yamamoto?
I was sad at first, but I'm not anymore. I have lived in a wheelchair for 3 years. It doesn't bother me because I'm a happy person.
I like you, Ms. Yamamoto. You're cool.
Thanks, Isabel. I like you too. Now, let's stop talking about me. You have work to do. Mrs. Martinez is going to teach you some words about math, social studies, science, and language arts.
Thanks, Miss Yamamoto.
You're welcome. Goodbye, class.
Bye.
See you later.
Goodbye.
Now, let's start with math. These are math problems. Math problems. These are solutions. Solutions. Does anybody know what this is?
I know what that is. That's an addition problem. Addition problem.
2,261 plus 1,189 equals 3,450. 3,450 is the sum. Sum. And that is a subtraction problem. Subtraction problem. 2,373 minus 1,157 equals 1,216. 1,216 is the difference. Difference. Plus. Plus. Minus. Minus. Equals. Equals. This is a multiplication problem. Multiplication. 9 multiplied by 8 equals 72. 9 multiplied by 8 equals 72. Or 9 times 8 equals 72. 9 times 8 equals 72. 72 is the product. Product. This is a division problem. Division. 75 divided by 5 equals 15. 75 divided by 5 equals 15. 15 is the quotient. Quotient. Teresa, multiply 6 times 7.
6 times 7 equals 42.
Sam, divide 81 by 9.
81 divided by 9 equals 9.
Isabel, add 47 and 35.
47 plus 35 equals 82.
Now subtract 35 from 47.
47 minus 35 equals 12.
Percent. Percent. 75% of 1,000 is 750. Decimal point. Decimal point. This number is a decimal. 34.839.
That is a fraction. Fraction.
Right. This is 5/6. 5/6. Percent. Decimal. Fraction.
I like math.
Now let's talk about science. Science. Microscope. Microscope. Scale. Scale. Slide. Slide. Goggles. Goggles. Petri dish. Petri dish. Test tube. Test tube.
I like science.
Have you ever used a microscope?
Yes, I've used a microscope.
These things have to do with social studies. Social studies has many parts. One part is geography. Geography has to do with cities, states, countries, oceans, etc. It also has to do with where places are.
The city we live in is Baker.
Our state is California.
The country or nation we live in is the United States.
This is a map of the world. World. Continents. Continents. South America. North America. Europe. Africa. Asia. Australia. Antarctica. Oceans. Oceans. Pacific Ocean. Atlantic Ocean. Arctic Ocean. Indian Ocean. All of that has to do with geography. Geography is part of social studies.
What else is part of social studies?
History is part of social studies. History is the study of the past. This is George Washington.
He was the first president of the United States.
Good, Isabel. This is part of history. Have you ever studied U.S. history?
I haven't studied U.S. history.
I've studied a little bit of it.
Let's talk about language arts. Language arts has to do with reading and writing. Reading books are called literature. Literature. Sometimes what we read is true. It really happened. This is a book about Shaquille O'Neal.
I know who he is.
So do I. He is the best basketball player ever.
This is a true story. It's real. This is a story about a talking dog.
Dogs can't talk. That's not true.
You're right, Sam. It's not a true story. Literature that is not true is called fiction. Fiction. Literature that is true is called nonfiction. Nonfiction.
Are newspapers nonfiction?
Yes, newspapers are nonfiction. When we write, we have to use punctuation.
What is punctuation?
This is punctuation. Period. Period. Comma. Comma. Question mark. Question mark. Exclamation point. Exclamation point. Quotation marks. Quotation marks. Parentheses. Parentheses. Hyphen. Hyphen. Or dash. Dash. Colon. Colon. Semicolon. Semicolon. ampersand, ampersand.
What is an ampersand?
The ampersand means and. I like apples and bananas. Punctuation is very important in writing. You will learn a lot about how to use punctuation in your language arts class. Oh, hi, Pierre.
Hey, Miss Martinez.
Ms. Yamamoto told us that you took an English test last week.
Yes, I did very well on it. Miss Yamamoto changed my schedule. I'm in your class now.
That's great news, Pierre. Have a seat next to Isabel.
What's up, Pierre?
Hey,
Good job on the test.
thanks. I really wanted to be in this class.
How did you improve your English?
I read a lot of books and newspapers.
Do you like to read?
Yes, I love to read.
Reading is a great way to improve your English.
What is it called when you try to write the words correctly?
That's called spelling. Spelling. How do you spell paper?
You spell paper P-A-P-E-R.
How do you spell hospital?
You spell hospital H-O-S-P-I-T-A-L.
Okay, class. Very good work today. I'll see you next week.
Why won't you be here tomorrow?
I won't be here tomorrow because it's Saturday.
Oh, yes. Bye.
I'm going to the DMV tomorrow.
Me too. Are you taking the driving test?
Yes.
I'm going to take my written test tomorrow.
Good luck, Isabel.
Thanks. See you guys later. I really want to get my driver's license. Do you have a driver's license? I like to go shopping. What do you like to do? Do you like to read?
Does Isabel like to go shopping?
What level of school is this? How old are students in high school? Ninth graders are called freshmen. What are 10th graders called? What are 11th graders called? What are 12th graders called? What do students do on the last day of high school? What can you do after you graduate from high school?
Have you ever read a newspaper? Have you ever used a microscope? Have you ever played baseball? Has Mrs. Martinez ever played basketball? Why did I return to this class?
What happens if a student gets an F in a class? Who is in charge of a school? Do you think math is hard or easy?
Which do you like better, math or science? Have you studied U.S. history? Is New York a state or a country? Is Chicago a city or a state? What is Texas? Name a country in Asia.
What kind of math problems are these? What kind of math problems are these? Which problem is division? What is the solution of the multiplication problem?
How can parents help their children in school? How old is an adult? How much does it cost to go to an adult school?
Do these things have to do with language arts? What is this? Is this a scale? What are these? Is this a petri dish? What is this?
Who am I? What is detention? Who is in charge of discipline at school? Which class did I change for Teresa?
Who is she?
What happens if a student breaks a rule? Why is Teresa in special classes? What are some things students can do after school?
What sport is this?
Have you ever played this sport?
What are they playing?
What sport is this?
What sports have you played? What does this mean? What does this mean?
What is this? Does this have to do with social studies? Name each of these. When will Teresa graduate from high school? What does she want to do after she graduates?
How do you spell phone? How do you spell walk?
Who is this? What was his job? Is this a map of the U.S.? What is it? What continent is this? Have you ever been to Europe? What languages do you speak?
What does a tutor do? What does a parent group do?